Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Fintech Fix, your weekly news roundup where I, Doug Mackenzie, with a brand new haircut, I'm going to try and get all the fintech news I can bottled up in 2 minutes or... I don't think there's been a single episode that's been 2 minutes less. Let's be honest, there's been a lot of fintech news happening during the lockdown. So, from my audience stats, most of you are 30 plus. We always hear about how Zoomers have no attention. Let's see if you can accept a 3-minute long episode or more. Now, our first story is actually a bit scary, and that is that Barclays have reported that people are reporting scams way more than they were in pre-COVID levels. Yes, 66% more. Now, this is huge, and I don't know whether it is people are just becoming more financially and digitally savvy and literate that they are aware of these scams, or actually if the fraudsters are making hay while the rest of the world bails. And I'm actually very scared to see where this goes, because let's be honest, 66% is a huge increase, but not just that. Barclays actually announced that this is actually an increase from what they were seeing even during the beginning of COVID. So it shows that it's not going away anytime soon. Now, Jim Winters, the head of fraud, has actually been quoted in saying, "Fraudsters have undoubtedly taken advantage of the nation's uncertainty during the pandemic in what is just another moment in the historical evolution of scams. The immediacy of our lives, even during lockdown, has allowed scammers to harness the constantly changing news agenda to target their victims, which is why we all need to remain ever vigilant." Absolutely brilliant words there, and it sparked memories of me of the famous Professor Moody from the Harry Potter series, who's been quoted in saying that decent people are the easiest to manipulate. So I want to say a big thank you to Barclays for bringing this to our attention. And I've actually noticed that Barclays have been doing a lot of work when it comes to beating fraud during lockdown. I've seen a lot of adverts come up on my YouTube, on terrestrial TV, and I've actually mentioned some of their new products in previous Fintech Fixes. So congrats to Barclays for working on quite a dangerous topic. Now, next up is actually really exciting because it involves geopolitics, and that is because the European Central Bank has bemoaned the lack of a European challenger when it comes to the giant tech companies like Amazon, Google, Apple, and even the giant payment companies like Visa and MasterCard, all from the US. And the fact that the European Union, or countries within that, don't have a competitive edge. Yes, soon with Google or Apple coming into the financial space, there is no big challenger to that hegemony. So the European Central Bank has actually asked people to start looking into ways that they can start offering a competitive edge. They've done that previously, as we saw in a previous Fintech Fix, by actually saying that no longer can MasterCard and Visa have such a grapple on payment rails going forward. So it'll be interesting to see what the European competitor scene comes out of this, and who we're going to see take up that mantle. Now, the third story is actually broken by Sky News, and actually coattails quite nicely off the second story, and that is that a large American bank is actually looking to move into the European Union, with JP Chase looking to actually offer up its new challenger bank offering in the UK by 2021. Yes, JP Chase is going to be leveraging its Chase brand in the UK to start competing with what seems to be quite an already established set of players. But of course, JP Chase has quite the financial backing and also the financial know-how. Its previous attempt at a digital offering, I think it was the US banking offering Fin, but that shut down last year. So let's see if the UK challenger bank scene is adaptable enough to allow another participant. That's all we've got time for. Thank you for watching this episode of the Fintech Fix, and I hope you have a great weekend. And I'll catch you next week. Ciao.